I had a recent question on a YouTube video about mealworm frass, so I wanted to tackle it. So, two questions. First, it sounds like you're saying that pupa can hatch in a collection of frass, and they can live eating frass just fine. Is that correct? And second, what about beetle frass? How do you sort eggs from their frass, or is it even possible? Let's tackle the second one first. So beetles and eggs and frass. It is possible to separate the eggs from the frass. I'm told. I've never done it myself. Haven't had a reason to. But if you use different size meshes, you should be able to separate those, according to what people have told me. But I've never tried because from a egg frass perspective, if there are eggs in that frass, I will just set that frass aside and we'll use that for ourselves. I'll take that out, use it in the farm, use it in the garden, use it on the lawn, etc. There's very low probability that any of those eggs are actually going to hatch and establish a colony of any kind. That being said, I don't want to take that frass that might have eggs in it and sell it to somebody, have it sit on a shelf, and then suddenly they've got mealworms in their frass when they open it and start using it. So you could cook that frass if you wanted to, or deep freeze it potentially, but that just adds to your overall cost. And if you cook the frass, in my opinion, I think there's a lot of bioavailability in there. And if you cook it, you're going to kill all that, which is one of the big benefits to frass. That still needs to be tested. If it has been, please somebody post that. And then the first one, from the perspective of, it sounds like things can survive. Mealworms, beetles, pupa, etc. Those things will survive in frass. They'll survive, but I don't think they're eating the frass. They might be, but I don't think so. I think what they're eating, or what's available in that frass that gets through, that's actually just substrate from what was previously sifted. And they're eating that and then grabbing moisture from the environment. And so insects are really resilient. And you will find stories upon stories from mealworm farmers who say that they have found larvae of many different sizes, babies on up to all the way to large, in frass that they have set aside and forgot about. And they haven't done anything to it. They haven't fed it. They haven't provided it moisture, nothing. And they will find larvae in there. Now, whether the larvae were in there to start with, or whether they were eggs that hatched, it doesn't matter, because they sit there long enough that's like, why would anything survive that long? But mealworms can. And so that's just something to keep in mind when you're dealing with your frass. But we use that frass here on the farm. Like I said, there's very low chance that any of that's going to actually cause any problems, and it might just help out feed some other critters.